Good morning, welcome to this week's Motormouth. Again, we're presented with that problem of, trying to find original, witty and innovative ideas as how to introduce the show and tell you what's coming up for the next 2 hours. We failed, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be a very hairy show for me this week. And we're going to be involved with film and television stuntman, and I'm going to have to keep a stiff upper lip. What are you doing, Neil?
I'm going to get my teeth stuck into some computers, actually. Computer art, to be precise. Just call me Megabyte Buchanan. What about you, Gabby?
Well, I'm going to be sniffing around some chocolate statues later on this morning. I'm also going to be nosy with these guys, the Pasadenas and Indecent Obsession. Introduce yourself, guys.
Oh, right, yes.
All right, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Look at the power of that. OK, what are you going to be doing for us this morning?
Oh, we're going to be doing our brand new single, Kiss Me.
And you're going to be doing?
And we'll be doing our brand new single, Make It With You.
Right. Thank you. And Steve, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I've got quite...
Excellent, mate.
Cheers. I haven't actually put anything on this morning. Hey?
Oh.
Well, let us know when you're up, eh?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Cheers.
So that we can spot it, eh? Don't worry about it. Listen, what are you doing on the show?
Well, we've got a famous classical violinist on this morning, and I'm going to be interviewing them.
Violinist?
Yeah.
Well, not without your light, you're not, mate. Your light's just
no, Mr. Watts! Mike, could you please put the lights on?
No, Mr. Watts can't fix lights. You'll have to do it yourself. Look, there's a ladder over there. Just go and climb up just by the studio wall.
I'm scared of heights.
Just check. Look, if you want to be seen for the violin item, you'll have to do that. So he can go and change his 60-watt bulb for a 100-watt bulb, and this is the way the rest of Motormouth lines up this morning. We begin at 9:30 with TV and film stuntmen. No, I'm going to tell you more than that in just a minute. Mousetrap, the penultimate Mousetrap, which means next to last, Steve, is at 9:35. At 10 o'clock, your never-before-seen Ghostbusters cartoon. Camping It Up is today's cartoon. At 10:10, the video this morning comes from a band called the Lightning Seeds, and the song is called The Life of Riley. The Pasadenas don't perform I'm Doing Fine Now. That's what they did the last time they were here. They do their new single at 10:45. And then at 11:15, did Steve Johnson do that? He certainly went to France, but did he have the bottle to bungee? Find out at 11:15. 11:25, we play out with Indecent Obsession and their brand new single, Kiss Me. So what? Have you fixed the light yet, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just looking for... yes, got it.
Good. All right, well, you can come down now then, can't you?
Yeah, cheers, mate.
OK.
I'm on my way.
Come on, we've got a show to do.
Stuck here. No, ow.
Come on, Steve.
Come in.
Will you just get down? Hang on. That's not Steve. In fact, it's a face you may well have seen. Oh, yeah! On many a TV or film. Yeah. Hey, they liked it, mate. Not Steve Johnson at all, you will have gathered. But TV and film stuntman Terry Forrestal, welcome to the programme.
Andy,
the idea is obviously in TV and film that we don't see your face.
Absolutely.
But you have been in loads of well-known TVs and films, but we'll talk about those a little later on. How far have you just hurled yourself there?
Probably about 15 feet, something like that, not too much.
You must have really powerful legs then to have jumped that far.
Well, there is a little trick to it.
Well, we wouldn't see the trick were you making a film, but because this is Motormouth, we'll show you how it's done, because obviously Terry hasn't got thighs like a kangaroo, and you weren't blown by the explosion, were you?
No, we used a little device originally used in America. It's called the air ram. In actual fact, it's not air, it's nitrogen.
So how does it work?
Well, this has been specially adapted by a chap called Dave Bickers, who does all our equipment. And basically, when I put my foot on this pad here, there's a little trip switch there. That releases a compressed load of nitrogen into the ram. It flicks me. And timed with that, we have a totally separate explosion, which is set off by Dougie, the special effects guy.
So it was nothing to do with the explosion didn't blow you across? It was all you just basically catapulted by compressed nitrogen. It was like,
absolutely.
Like a pump,
A catapult is the correct word for it.
Brilliant. A spectacular way to start the show. What else are you going to be doing for us later?
Well, I might do a little hop off a building or something like that.
Just hop off a 65-foot building?
Why not?
Some horses as well, I believe.
Absolutely.
Right,
yeah.
and this isn't actually mine at all. It's my stunt moustache. You hang about there for a sec, or you can wander backstage later and get yourself a cup of coffee.
Cheers,
feel free. Quite incredible stuff. More from Terry later, as I say, stunt horses, and we'll be chucking ourselves off the building. What a spectacular way to start the show,
yeah, it wasn't bad, but I think I pulled a muscle, you know. Some idiot left a load of boxes there, and I could have tripped over and broke my neck, you know, but it's lucky I'm as hard as nails.
Steve? What are you talking about? I mean, it wasn't you that abseiled down there.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You calling me a liar?
Well, I'm about to, yeah.
Look, if you don't believe me, right, ask the kids. Ask the kids. Go on,
Sure.
go on, ask them, go on.
Oh, feel free. Was that Steve Johnson abseiling?
Told you they'd back me up.
No, they didn't.
Yes, I did.
Steve, this is ridiculous.
Look, if you don't believe me, but go on, ask him again. Ask him. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
Stop being so childish. All you're doing is contradicting everything I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
Please, Steve, please, 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 can we just get on?
Oh, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's do the tins of brains, shall we?
Thank you.
OK, this week's viewers' animation is going to be an absolute belter. Have a look at this. This is the first one that's been sent in this week. It's going to be very funny. It's called Toxic Blow Monkeys, and it's from Richard Smith.
Oh, dear.
Whoa! Oh!
That might be painful, didn't it?
It did look a bit. Here we go. Boom! There you go. That was excellent, wasn't it? Wasn't that good?
Very
Wasn't it
good.
Well, we've got another one for you, so just sit back, relax.
Fine.
It's we're festooned with these. This is Blob and the Killer Worm from Daniel Sandovic. Vig. Oh, that's his name.
This morning, warming up a bit this
Oh, it's that little plastic
I love these plasticine ones.
Well, where's the killer worm, then? That's obviously the blob in the chair.
It'll be here. It'll be here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Here it is.
Oh, that's revolting. It's quite
It is,
revolting.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
brilliant. Can we do the tins of brains now?
Yeah, let's do the embarrassing photo, shall we? Look at this one here. Look at that. That's Gavin Clements Johnson, aged 2 years and 10 months, sitting on his potty. No relation, I can tell you that. And how about this one here? These are Laura Knight's brothers at Aldershot. Well, Aldershot used to have a football team there, didn't they?
Only till relatively recently.
Yeah, and this is from Henry Schneider, and this is his dad. Well, this is his dad. Is called Henry Schneider. This is Jeffrey Schneider's dad. Look at that, revolting, isn't it? Isn't that foul?
Steve.
Isn't that terrible? Isn't that what? What? Yeah, go on, go on.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, we've only got one more Motormouth after this, you know, and,
Yeah.
and just a minute, just a minute. Is there something interesting happening back there? I think?
There's nothing interesting
I'm
happening here,
going
is
to
there,
say,
obviously?
it's fine.
Sorry.
I wanted to have a conversation because I've been to the front here.
You were saying.
Well, it's just that, and that's maybe even more. Depressed. I'm depressed. One more left to go.
So getting on my wick cheers you up, does it?
Well, it does cushion the blow a little, doesn't it?
Would you leave me alone if I wore a comedy hat?
Greasy wig and a crash helmet
That's what you want?
with loads of fruit on it.
Yes, we have some bananas.
Go on then.
All right.
Ah!
There you go.
There you are! Carmen Crane!
God, see
Yeah.
There we
Why
go.
don't you just do the tins of brains now? 'cause
I
think
can't
we've
hear
got
it. What did you
absolute-
say?
Tins of brains!
Oh, right, OK, yes. Dear Motormouth, I am writing to tell you about my dad. I asked him would he like some of my curry meal, which I made myself, and he gladly tried some and then went totally mad. Yes, it would appear so.
Yes, certainly.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul Cook. You will get a tin of brains. Dear Steve, Sir Stuart Ross, please can you send me a tin of brains for my dad? He thinks it's still the 60s and he's a rubbish dancer. He ain't got much dress sense as well, looking at that, has he, either? And this one's from Darryl Scott, who wants us to send him some brains so he can give them to his granddad, because when he visited him last weekend, he found him ironing the back lawn, asked him why, and he said he wanted to play Sabutio.
Very interesting.
Hey, Steve.
Hey!
And hey, you at home too. I bet you can't guess where I'd really rather this little ensemble went.
Hey, Andy, if I'm not mistaken, you'd like to see that thing in the bin!
Who's that from?
You see, I'm trying to find the letter. I think it's falling out.
This is from Mr. A. Vickery, anyway. Oh, Mr. A. Vickery sent
A.
us all
Vickery
that.
there.
There's a photo of you in there, Steve. We'll put that in the bin.
Oh dear. How about this one here? It's from Paula Suzanne Grant, and it's loads of old rubbish. And
Put it
takes
all
to go in the bin.
If you would like to send us anything at all to go in the bin or an embarrassing photo, you'll have to be quick because next week is the last Motormouth.
Stop. Hey,
What?
want to do the address then?
All right, I was about to, yes. The address to send it to is Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL.
Whoa.
Well, there we go, Mr. Johnson. That wraps up proceedings for another week.
Nearly there.
Yeah, only got one more to go, eh?
He thinks he's safe.
Anything special planned?
I bet he's hatching a vile plot.
No, nothing unusual.
Come on, hatch. Vile plot.
Steve, would you like to introduce the cartoon?
He falls for this one every time. Not this time.
Yes, it's Mousetrap! Yeehaw! welcome to another game of... Yes, right, let's find out who's playing the game today. Your name is?
Hi, my name's Laura Daunter. I'm 12 years old and I like drama and football.
Football. Who's your favourite team?
Tottenham.
Ah, that's a good choice. What's your name, then?
Hi, my name's Jodie. I'm 12 years old and my hobbies are acting and playing football.
Ah, you like football as well?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Right, let's see who's going to help us out in the middle today. They are Katie Rawlinson and Aaron Hodges. Give a big round of applause. Right, you know the rules by now. You know what you've got to do. You know you've got 7 minutes to do it in. But let's have a look at today's four-star prize, and that is a mountain bike. Do you think you're going to cycle home on that today, then?
Hopefully.
Well, we'll soon find out. Are we ready? Yeah! Right, let's have the count, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, get them all back. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on, head up there. Woo! Come on. Come on, one more. Yeah! Up here. Right, this is the memory square. Never walk in this game, you have to run, all right, Laura? This is the memory square. Under here are 10 objects. You've got 10 seconds to remember them in. Are you ready? Let's have a look. We've got a fish, we've got some ribbon, we've got a cuddly bunny, we've got a banana, glass, spoon, pencil, we've got a scissors, we've got a card there, and a key. Touch fire, touch fire! All right, you know what you've got to do? Run in the middle there. Switch off, come on, you have to move, 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 move! Come on, go, go, go! Come on, Laura, go, come on, I'm back again. I'm back again, up onto here, up onto here. We've got a game of golf to take place now. What you've got to do is to knock 3 balls through the hole, all right? 3 balls through the hole. Are you ready? Yes, move on, move on. Right, now let's have a look, see what we've got to do here. The clown's faces are modelled up, match the right pairs. Their makeup, eyes, bow ties and mouths will help you, OK? Now take your time on this one, work together. Yes, we've got one right. Let me have a look, I'm going to double check it as soon as you think you've got them together. Not quite right there, we've got some mistakes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, let's have a look at this one. There's still a bit wrong there. And we've still got 2 wrong. I can spot them. Look at this one. And we're correct. Let's move on to timeout square. Stop. Yeah. Come on. Miss. Wow. Well done. You bombed down there. It looks like you just stopped the trap in time. All right, so you're still playing for a 4-star prize. And let's have a look, see what you've won here. You've won this fantastic personal stereo. You've got 5 minutes left to do the game in. You've got all day almost. You can walk through this last bit. But let's, first of all, let's get going. Right, I want 2 hoops over each pole. Yeah, perfect. Got 2 over there. Another one there. Another one here. Yeah, so here. Right, this is the memory square. I want you to remember 4 things off the memory tray.
A spoon, a fish, some glass
Spoon.
and some tape with some black spots on.
Great. Oh, through there, through there, through there. Come on, help us through. Right, help her out, help her out. Right, now onto here. You know that tape? It was ribbon, but it looked like tape, so I'll accept that. Let's have a look, see what you got here. You got to pass the ringer from here to here. You've got to swap in the middle there on the yellow bit. And if the buzzer sounds, you have to start again, all right? So let's get started. Take your time on this. Take your time. If you touch, I'll send you back. Here we go. I don't know how your hands are so still. Right, swap over. Take your time. Take your time. We nearly did it there. I'd be shaking all over the place if this was me. Here we go. We're almost there. Don't rush it. That's last bit. Yes, on the time. Stop. Yeah, stop. Well done, you two. You're steaming down now. Let's have a look, see what you've won. You've won all this football and tennis gear. That's all. That football gear is going to be very useful to you then, isn't it? You'll have to take up tennis now, though. You've got 3.5 minutes left to do the game in. I think you're going to win that mountain bike. But let's get going. Over you go. Over the net. Whoa, come on, Laura. Over through, Jodie. Now take your time on this bit. It's a bit dangerous here. Right, mime square. Get on your positions. You here. Right, now, you're going to be doing some miming for me now. You're going to do the 7 dwarfs. Well, actually, you're only going to do 5 of them. That's all we've got time for. So, do this one first.
Happy.
Yes. What about this one?
Dopey.
Yes. How about this one here? That's right. That way. Looks like a little jerk of his own, yeah? Ready to cut. You've got to have to go some. Get through here and over there. Go. Yeah, come on. Whoa, and back again. Come on. Through you go. Right, we've still got this one to do.
Dopey, sleepy, miserable.
Miserable? Kind of miserable.
Unhappy, grumpy.
Grumpy. What about this one?
Sleepy. Dopey,
Nearly. When you're just about to go to sleep, you're feeling rather...
tired,
it's not tidy, is it? It begins with D.
Dopey.
No, you said dopey. Dozy. How about this one? One more.
Sneezy.
Sneezy's great. Let's move on. All right, I want 3 of each into it. 3 bean bags into each of the nuts. Got 2. 1 more each. Yes, that's the next one. Now, this is a true or false square. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me if it's true or false. All right? Yeah. But confer first, and then one of you give me the answer. Are you ready? A perambulator is a Victorian bicycle. True or false? Confer.
False.
False is correct. Let's get on to here. Stop the clock. You did extremely well down there. The mime was excellent. Let's have a look. The answers weren't so good, though, were they? Let's see what you've won. You've won Ghost Castle and Game of Life. Right, let's go down here. Why did you just do that? That's your game you've just broke, Jodie, let me tell you. Right, you've got about 2 minutes left to do the game in. All right, just under 2 minutes, so concentrate, think about this side, and let's get going. Right, just a minute. You've got to name the country. Put the right name on the right European country. All right. France is right. Italy is right. Germany is right. Spain's right. One more. Where does Holland go? Where is Holland? Is correct. Through the tunnel. Through you go. Here you go. Come on. Take your time out, Laura. Careful now. Here we go. Right, now, this is a choice you got here. You can either answer a question or tell me some other object from the memory square. Do you want to answer a question or take the object? Here's the question, right. How many players are there in a netball team?
7.
7 is correct. Let's move on and knock things off. Knock these balloons off. Yeah, get the time out, square. Stop the clock. Jodie, you're making a bit of a habit of ruining everything you touch. Don't touch this prize, otherwise you'll ruin it, because it's a Sega Master System. But not only have you got this, you've picked up everything on the way, which was a personal stereo, a tennis and football gear, each, a Game of Life, Ghost Castle game, and the Sega Master System. You've got one each, you'll be taking those home with you. But now, it's probably the most important part of the show. It's time to enter the trap. Come with me. Right. You a bit nervous about this? Because you're still playing for a mountain bike, all right? You're still playing for the 4-star prize. You've done extremely well up to here, but you might be riding home on that, OK? Now, this is what you've got to do. You've got to answer 4 questions at the time it takes the trap to fire, the ball to travel round, and the cage to fall. Are you ready? Fire the trap. What is bonsai?
A car, a little car.
No.
Oh, a little tree.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Yes, it's an oriental miniature tree. Is the red light on a traffic light top, middle, or bottom?
Top.
It is top. What or who do the NSPCC try to protect?
Animals.
No.
Children.
Children is correct. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
A fruit.
It is a fruit. Stop the trap. Well done. You did that very quickly, like you did the game. That means you're taking home this fantastic 4-star prize, which is the mountain bike. Have you had a good time?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you've had a good time too. We'll be seeing you again next week with another fantastic game of... Come on, let's have a look at your bike. Look.
Okay, now what's the first color that comes into your mind when I say the word wedding?
White.
Right. Okay, that's why I wanted to be daring, to be different. Now close your eyes and open your mind. There. See, that's the design for the marquee for Juliet's wedding.
Paul, it's orange and green.
I prefer tangerine and chartreuse. You see, they are all the rage this season. It's a kind of Easter motif. And then there'll be a little table.
That's what I said.
Are those the designs for the wedding?
Yes, Max, and before you start in on them...
Well, I think they're perfect. Yes, it's going to be the most disgusting and tacky wedding in the history of the world, and these designs seem to me to be particularly apt.
Max.
Well, Juliet is she's a cultured, sophisticated, some would even say neurotic woman, whereas Ray, he's a vulgarian.
No, he's not, because I've seen him eating meat.
How could you say these things about a wedding at which you will be the guest of honor?
Paul, I have not yet decided whether... No, I've just made my decision. I'm not going.
You can't do that. Juliet will be really upset.
I don't think Juliet or anyone else will even notice the difference.
I think he's got a point there.
See, Gabby, I was faced with an impossible decision. Ray or the kittens.
Which did you choose?
Oh, Ray, of course.
Oh, of course.
They were old enough. They were weaned. I found them very, very good homes.
Oh, where have they gone?
I gave one to Steve and one to Andy.
Oh, well, the one with Andy should be all right.
Anyway, Luther's now run off. I'm sure she's looking for them. I can't find her anywhere. I haven't seen her since last night. I'm worried sick.
Juliet, stop giving yourself a headache. Immerse yourself in, I don't know, in your wedding plans. No, even better, work.
Oh, Gabby, you're right. When all around is chaos, get on with something you know you're good at.
That's the... What? Oh, right.
Hello, welcome to Motormouth. You must be the chocolate sculptor.
No,
the stuntman.
No, I've come to see Mr. Max Church. Is he about, love?
Oh, yeah, he is. If you just sign the visitors book and then we'll go and find him, all right?
You're from the north, aren't you?
Oh, how did you guess?
Oh, I can tell. Where exactly do you come from?
Oldham.
Oh, I grew up in Oldham. I used to live beside Alexandra Park. Do you know it?
Oh, I know it.
Oh, it used to be lovely in the spring, full of tulips. It was lovely. And do you know that fish and chip shop on the main street?
Now, the one...
Coasters, tangerine, napkin rings, chartreuse. Yes, right.
Any chance of a cup of tea?
Oh, you must be Terry Forrestal, the stunt arranger.
How'd you guess that?
Oh, just call it a lucky hunch. Listen, the tea's through there, okay? I'm just going to save the program. I'll be right with you.
You stay here, I'll do it myself.
Okay.
You know, you're exactly right, Mabel.
Love one, thanks very much, dear.
If you go in a chippy down here and you ask for mushy peas, they look at you as if you've got 3 heads, you know.
That's right, look, and they never give you gravy on your chips, and I do like gravy on my chips.
And me.
Of course, you know, they don't do any baking down here at all. They never make their own cakes.
No.
I mean, I would never buy a bought cake. I bet your mother would never buy a bought
She'd
cake.
never buy a
As a
bought
matter
cake.
of fact, love, I brought a cake with me today. I made it myself. It's for Max. It's a Dundee. It's his favourite. Did you know that?
No, I know he likes Garibaldi's.
Well, it's the currants, you see, love. He loves currants.
Well, it is still half-day closing on Tuesdays, you know. That's Claudia the carpenter. But, you know, we might... Oh, hi, Neil.
Hi.
Neil, this is Mabel.
Hello, Mabel.
You're Mr. Buchanan, aren't you? Oh, I love that programme of yours, that art attack. I tried the plop art, you know. Oh, what a mess I made.
Good for you.
Have you seen Max?
Yeah, he's upstairs.
Oh, great. Come on,
Hey,
Mabel.
Mabel, wait till you try squid yard.
Oh, Mr. Buchanan!
You know, Terry, I've toyed with the idea of becoming a stuntman myself. Just sort of following in my dad's footsteps, you know? He did all the stunts in all his movies himself. I remember this one movie. He's like in this bar on Mars, right? Just minding his own business. When the baddie gets him in this tentacle lock, right? So he just has to beat him up, and he jumps out the window. And there's a passing guard, and he can't. And picks up a laser pistol and lets him have it.
That happens to be my teapot, you clumsy American Burke.
Calm down, Max. It's just that I'm thinking of maybe training as a stuntman.
Well, that's a very good profession for you because you don't need any brains.
Have you met Terry Forrestal, the stunt arranger?
Of course, brains help.
And Max now says he doesn't even want to go to the wedding.
Oh, I expect he'll enjoy it when he gets there.
Well, I'm dead excited. I'm being a bridesmaid and we're having haute cuisine.
What's that?
Well, it's like really posh food all displayed nice on your
Oh,
plate.
you mean all bits and pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that sort of thing. I like a proper sit-down meal.
Yeah, you're right.
And where are they going for the honeymoon then?
Oh, I think somewhere abroad.
Abroad? Oh,
yeah.
I'd love to go
Excuse
abroad.
me.
I've never been.
Max, here.
Don't interrupt me when I'm hello.
Time for the results of a competition now. If you see your name going across the bottom of the screen, sort of down there, well done. You've won a family ticket to visit the Science Museum in Paris. If you remember, the competition question was, in what area of Paris is the Science Museum? And the answer is...
La Villette.
Well done to you lot. We'll also... Excuse me, it's part of the prize as well.
Oh,
We'll also send you one of these guides to La Villette as well, which is smashing. And you'll have to get your own trip to Paris, though, because we can't afford to give you that. Well done, you've won family tickets.
You finished then?
Yeah, that was it. That was all. Just
Clear off then.
What?
Go on, get lost. Go on, off you go.
Well, no,
No. You finished doing the competitions. Go on, off you
You
go.
did it to us last week.
Bye-bye.
playing.
That's fair, dude. You did it to us
What
last
are you
week.
laughing at, Gabby? Get off with you as well. You're not doing a competition, are you? Go. Au revoir.
Stephen.
One.
Yeah, it's
Fair enough,
It's fair enough. It is fair enough because no one's doing any competition. So
Bye-bye.
right, we got it on our own now. Now on Motormouth, we'll tell them what's on. Hey, tell them what's on.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know what's on?
What? I thought you know what's on.
I think you were going to.
You've been here for 10 years, mate. Come on now, come on. Don't stop.
Tell him, Gabby.
Grandad.
Yes, we've got the music video. Here's the Lightning Seeds and the Life of Riley.
See, we know we're professional.
What are you doing here, Mother?
Well, you see, tomorrow's Mother's Day, love, and I knew you couldn't come and see me, so I brought you a nice cake.
Oh.
I thought you might like to share it with your friends. Should we
Yeah,
cut it up now and
No,
pass
we
it
will
on?
not cut it up now. Now, listen.
Now, look.
This is a professional establishment. We're all frightfully busy.
Don't you get on your high horse with me. Why don't you just show me round?
Show you round. Look, we are doing a live show. Don't you understand that?
Well, if you haven't got time, perhaps one of your friends would, Millie, or that nice Mr. Buchanan.
You met Neil Buchanan?
Yes.
You didn't tell him who you were, did you?
No. Well, you're not ashamed of me, are you, love?
Ashamed? Good heavens, no. But you really are going to have to go, otherwise I'm going to get very cross.
Chompy! I want none of your tantrums, please.
Someone's coming. Right, look, just don't make any sound. Hide under this sheet.
Oh, Mary. Ooh. Oh.
Cool. What is it?
Oh, it's a chocolate sculpture.
It moved.
It's melting.
Okay, well, if you see Terry, I'm looking for it.
Okay. All right, Vanessa Redgrave. Ooh. Now, look, I will show you round in the commercial break, but you've got to leave afterwards. You can stay in here, but look, do me a favour, just a little reasonable request. If anyone should come in, just cover yourself in this sheet, won't you?
Well, if that's what you want, love. Still, looking. Nice bit of tea for Mabel. The sugar bun. Now, look. Don't get excited, Minnie. This is for Barry Colenso's chocolate sculpture item. It is not for general consumption.
I didn't want any anyway.
No, neither did I.
There's a lot in there.
5 kilograms of dairy milk.
Chocolate. Is it the right chocolate?
From the right chocolate? How do you mean the right?
You know, I mean, has it been tested?
Tested. I don't. How do we do?
Well, we could smell it. Now, we could just, you know, if we...
Spots,
you know,
Millie.
Yes, spots. How many spots exactly?
Lots and lots of masses of huge, pimply,
Horrible
horrible,
big spots.
nasty big
Yes.
spots.
Yeah.
And the wedding.
Pictures, and it'd just be a mess.
Just be awful, be
Yeah.
horrid, ugly.
Got things to do.
Yeah. Okay. See.
Mabel, I've got your tea.
Just went upstairs.
Oh.
Right, Millie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm excused.
I wonder if it's in here. Hello.
Oh, hello. Nice day, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I suppose it is now you come to mention it, yeah.
Okay, Terry, how do you like these apples? What do you think?
Maybe you should keep it a bit simple to begin with, you know?
Simpler, right, right. How about, wrestling a crocodile?
Watch out for the teeth, you know?
Right, okay. Oh, well, listen, you're on again in a minute, so I'll get the door for you. What a guy.
Morning, welcome back to Motormouth. You met this man at the beginning of the programme, entering the programme in a not unspectacular manner. Of course, this is Terry Forrestal. You've also seen him just wreck our studio door on the way into the studio here. And this is his pal and the stuntman and stunt coordinator, Paul Weston. Welcome to the programme, guys.
Thank you very much.
Now, I don't want you to be modest at this point. I want you to tell us, in no uncertain terms, your CVs. Come on, what kind of credentials have you got?
Superman 2 and 3.
Pretty good.
Octopussy, Living Daylights.
Aliens.
Willow.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And, of course,
Prince of Thieves. So you've got a lot of film credentials to your names. How long have you been a stuntman then, Terry? How long has it taken you to get to this level?
About 14 years. 14, 15 years I've been doing it now.
And is it a constant learning process throughout that time?
Yeah, I'm still learning, definitely. You know, you learn something new every day.
What skills do you need, though, Paul, to be a stuntman? I mean, I would imagine they're quite varied.
They are, but you have to be an all-rounder. So you get a choice when you're training, and it may take 3 years to train. You need to be a horse rider, cars, motorcycles, abseiling, sub-aqua. There's about 10 or 13 things you can go
Jack of all trades, that's why it takes so long, presumably, to build up all those skills. We've talked about being stunt men, but you're also stunt coordinators, the two of you as well. What's the difference, essentially?
Well, if I were a stunt man, so I'm working on a job for another coordinator, I'd sort of literally have to do the fights, the falls, get set on fire.
Yeah.
And the coordinator organises all that.
So
your coordinator's position is, after many years of training as a stunt man, he's experienced, teaches him how to set up a stunt, and a coordinator will work with a director and a producer and to get what the writer has written in the script up on the screen. Sometimes it's a bit outrageous,
right,
you have to do it.
I've got that basically here. So he comes up with the ideas, the coordinator says how they're going to be shot, and then the stuntman does them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Simple. Well, you were a coordinator on something that people will know from children's ITV Runaway Bay, weren't you?
That's right.
And spookily enough, sitting over here, it just so happens... Oh, no, I've forgotten something. Should we have the compilation of stuff that the boys have done? Yes, let's have the compilation of stuff that the boys have been involved with, you see. Right. This item's been on its head since Thursday. The order of this thing has changed so many times since Thursday, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. However, that was you, wasn't it? The last stunt we saw there in that sequence
It
was
was indeed,
the motorbike.
most of the shots, yeah.
Things don't all go as planned, though, really, on that one, did they?
No, they didn't. Occasionally, you know, when you're in the front line, you're doing big stunts all the time. No matter how good you are, sooner or later you're going to get hurt.
Okay,
and on that one...
I'll stop you there for a second. Let's just take a look at that again in slow motion, and if you'd be so good as to tell us slowly what happened and what quite went wrong, mate. There we go.
Well, you see the bike coming up here, it hits the end of a cable. I meant to go across the handlebars.
Oh!
But what happened was I didn't get high enough, and the handlebars trapped my leg, and I damaged my knee quite badly.
You gave yourself some injuries, didn't you?
I did indeed, yeah.
You did. Well, so, you know, don't try anything like that on your BMX or anything like that, wouldn't you? Because even a stuntman of 14 years' experience...
Absolutely,
you know, can hurt himself and stuff like that. Right, can we go to Runaway Bay now? Right, now, spookily enough, you were the coordinator on Runaway Bay, were you not? And here they are, over here. Right, let's do it right this time. Diana and Andrew, welcome. 6 months you spent in Martinique in the Caribbean. Nice time, I'm sure. What were you doing with these two, Terry?
Well, with Andrew, I had to... There are lots of things. He's a very good athlete, but I had to do a particularly complex diving sequence where he was supposed to run out of air. He's been tied by the baddies to a wreck underwater.
And with Diana?
Lots of very serious horse riding, of course.
Horse riding.
Not trained horses like we were...
OK, we'll talk about Andrew's stuff first. I think we've got a clip of you actually doing your underwater sequence, Andrew. So if you just want to... Here it comes. People like Terry and the team must have been... Where they must have been there?
They was behind the cameras, so when we cut, they zoomed out and...
They were there, oxygen. So you were just off camera, just in case things go wrong. Brave boy.
Absolutely, he did it all himself.
A lot of training for that?
Yes, when we first got out there, we all went out and learned to dive, and we were in really deep water, so he did superbly well.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. Now, Diana, you were doing horse work, weren't you?
Yeah.
And true to form, just like Andrew, we have a clip of your stuff. The fruits of Terry's labours with you, working with horses. This is what you did. Now, what's happening?
It had actually been taught to rear at the sound of a whistle. And so Jojo whistled, and it reared.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you had to bareback ride as well?
Yeah, and that's quite difficult because You don't have a saddle, of course.
Yeah, well, obviously, I suppose very nature bareback riding means you don't have a saddle. Now, I've tried to ride with the saddle, and it's difficult enough. Bareback riding must have been tough for Ferret.
Yes, very much so. And again, as I say, they weren't trained film horses. We had to use the horses that I could find out there.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you used horses from the local area, didn't you?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And that's not the norm.
No, normally you would take out horses with you and train them up, but I had to use local horses, and of course they're all really sort of thoroughbred horses they use for show jumping, so they're very lively. She did very well.
Did well indeed. We'll come to some horses in a second. Just very quickly, is there going to be some more Runaway Bay?
Yeah, there is going to be a next series. It's going to be filmed in 6-week holidays.
So we can look forward to that on Children's ITV very soon. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. It's been a pleasure talking to you. As Terry was saying, stunt horses are what you would normally use in films as opposed to the local stock that they found out there in Martinique. And stunt horses are what our horse correspondent Andy Crane was investigating at 6:30 this morning with his horse correspondent Terry. Yep, thank you, Andy. This is a stunt horse. This is the kind of horse that Terry would normally work with. This is, what's his name?
Robbie.
Robbie. Morning, Robbie. I'm right in saying, Terry, that in the same way as you would replace an actor in a film, if a stunt was required, you would replace a horse with a stunt horse like this?
Absolutely, yeah. You double the principal actor's horse with Robbie.
Right. So
whatever
you've got to find one that looks like the other horse?
Absolutely, yeah.
What does Robbie train to do, then?
Well, he'll lie down on command, he'll rear, he'll fall, he'll sit for you like a dog, just about anything, really.
And what situation would you use the rear, for example, in a film?
Like when the horse has been startled, say, by an explosion, or if somebody's meant to run out in front of it and we need to see somebody fall off his back, we get the horse to rear on command.
Right, well, if I can ask you to hop up, perhaps we can have a quick demo of that. Yeah. So do you train him bit by bit, give him a reward if he does well, and then so on and so forth? Wow! Up he goes.
Yeah.
Does that hurt at all?
No, not at all.
Does he quite enjoy that, do you think?
Yeah. Take him off, Pete.
Well done.
He's a beauty.
Well done. What about lying down, Terry? Because we see in, films like The Charge of the Light Brigade or, I don't know, war films and stuff like that, horses, again, with explosions or they've been attacked, they fall over. Now, is that cruel? Does it hurt?
No, it's trained. All you do is use a principle of dressage, whereby when a horse lies down naturally, you get him to recreate that action, but you do it so that he does it on your command.
And again, Robbie can do this for us, can he?
Yeah. Pete, do you want to take him down, mate?
How do you make him do this?
Well, if you just watch this now. Just by...
Go on, Robbie.
Good boy. You can do this on the gas.
Wow.
Good boy.
Down he went. He's fine. He's obviously very happy because he's
he's just having a chew on the grass.
Sitting there chewing the grass.
Yeah. Now, from this position, we can actually get him to sit. Pete, will you get him up to sit there, mate?
Can he sit?
Yeah, just nice and gently. Steady, 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 steady.
Well, there we go.
Ooh.
And then up he comes.
Up he comes.
Quite amazing.
Yep.
Thank you very much indeed, Robbie. A marvellous demonstration. Terry, thank you.
You're welcome.
And for now, we'll hand back to those fine broadcasters, Andy and Terry, back in the studio. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, brilliant. Fascinating stuff. Paul, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Terry, thank you, but we're going to see you again a bit later as well, aren't we?
My daily adrenaline run off the building.
You're going to be running off a building. Well, I'll leave you for now because I've got to go because it's a very important part of the programme that's about to start and it's one of my favourite bits. So, guys, thanks for letting it start.
Hasn't started yet, but put your anorak on it.
Oh,
here it is. It's on.
Because of last week's successful guide to stamp collecting, and by the way, thank you all very much for your interesting letters on the stamps that you've collected over the years and from various places. This week, something I find even more stimulating, Gabby's guide to train spotting. D6836.
No, lads, look.
7136.
Look, this is stupid. We're never going to get a train through here, are we?
Shh, there'll be one along in a minute.
If you're going to get anything out of this very rewarding hobby, Steve, you've got to be patient.
Oh, no. I feel an absolute idiot. I'm going to eat my sandwiches somewhere else.
Did you get it, Mr. Buchanan?
And all the excitement, Mr. Crane.
Oh, no.
X, 1, 3, 5, 2.
ZX1352 what?
13527. That's the easy guide to train spotting. Remember, don't stand on the track. Coming up now, Ghostbusters Part 2 in this morning's Motormouth.
The Amazonian explorer trails his paddle in the water a fraction of a second too long and... Whoa!
I got the chocolate that you asked for. 5 kilograms. There's actually 43.5. Some got lost in transit.
Is this Barry? It must be with the chocolate.
Nice to see you.
Come through to studio. Thanks, Julia.
Okay, my pleasure. Excuse me. Yes, hello there. Could I speak to Paul Miller, please?
Yes?
Paul, would you like to sit down? I've got something to ask you.
Fire away.
Right. Raymond and I would be very much honoured if you would consent to being our best man.
Oh, Julietta, I don't know what to say.
Of course, say yes.
Oh, but don't I have to give a speech about the groom?
That is the general idea, yes.
But you see, I don't really know Raymond that well. I need a lot of embarrassing stories about his past.
Right,
You know.
funny stories.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could tell you some.
Great, okay.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What?
I just thought of something.
Yeah, right. Go on, tell me.
Sorry.
Yeah, come on. Juliet.
Yes, yes, okay. Right, well, it's very funny because, see, we were walking along by this river, right?
Yeah.
And it had been raining the night before, okay?
Yeah, right.
And there was this pile of wet leaves by the river.
And he hits the leaves into the drink, right? Oh, better than that.
He got a stain on his trousers, on the hemi bit, just there. And it was so embarrassing because he'd only just bought them.
Well, I'm sure I can think of something.
Maud? Yes. Maud, is my mother there? No, I know she's not there because she's here. She's wandering all over the place, introducing herself to people. Yes, she's joined forces with Neil and Millie, and it's like market day in Macclesfield. Well, actually, I was just hoping... How did you know I was going to say that? Well, if you don't pick her up, I'll have to put her on the bus. And you know what it's like? Last time she got the bus, she got the 73 and she was... Oh, bye, Greg. Bye, Max.
The phone. We're trying to do live program.
I was talking to Greg and Max. I'm sorry about the wedding cake.
Oh, that's all right then. Hey, who's that little old biddy running around the studio?
Little old biddy? Yeah. That little old biddy happens to be... Mabel.
Who's Mabel?
Mabel, for your information, is... She's Maud's maid. She's the maid of Maud.
And what's she doing in the studio?
I don't know what she's doing here. She's got nothing to do with me.
I don't know where she's gone. No.
Fix that then. Millie,
Yeah.
you seen Terry anywhere?
Oh, well, there's some funny noises coming from the lounge, Andy. I'd try him there.
Yeah, and who's the woman under a sheet in the prop room?
Oh, is that where she's got to? Do you know this tea's stone cold, Andy? I don't know. Mabel? Mabel, what are you doing under a sheet, love?
Oh, well, Max asked me to do it, love, and you know what he's like. When he's in one of his moods, it's best to humour him.
Well, I'll humour him when I get my hands on him.
Very pleased to say the Pasadenas have joined us again before the end of the series, so it's nice to see you. Now, your album, Yours Sincerely, it's full of memories for everybody because they're cover versions. Any memories for you, for any songs?
Everybody's singing love songs.
Oh, why?
Reminds me of school and it reminds me of being young.
Oh, I thought it was going to be some romantic story.
No, just school and being young.
Not that long ago, though, is it? Now, you're about to go off on tour.
That's right,
Where are you going to?
Start off in Scotland, end in London.
Great. Well, best of luck with that. But for now, the Pasadenas, and Make It With You.
I'm going to make it with you up.
Right. She's in the loo.
Hello, who are you? I'm Mabel.
Oh, I'm Juliet.
Oh, you're the one that's getting married, aren't you?
That's right.
I've just been hearing about your reception. It doesn't sound as if you're having much to eat.
Well,
Look,
just
I wondered if
buffet.
you might make something for you. What about a nice hot pot?
I don't think that'd be very appropriate.
I mean, you're so thin.
Well,
I think you could do with one of my nice meat puddings.
Do you know, Mabel, that sounds absolutely delicious. Do you know, it's ages since I've
Well,
had a meat
I
pudding.
better go and see what my son's up to.
All right, then, nice to meet you. Bye.
Bye.
Son?
But why are you treating your mother like this?
Because she's getting under everyone's feet.
She's not getting... Do you know, I don't, but you and your mother, you're like chalk and cheese.
You've noticed that. Good.
Well, you can't help but notice.
Look, Millie, My mother is Maud's housekeeper.
Really?
Yeah, but I grew up in Maud's house, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, thanks to Maud's generosity, I had the benefit of a superior education. And it's from that position as a sophisticated man that I can see that my mother, well, she's a woman from the industrial north. She hasn't made the best of herself. I mean, she's not exactly a credit to me, is she?
No, and I shouldn't think you're much of a credit to her either.
Well, obviously someone's been picking at it, haven't they, if there's not enough. Let me have just a little bit there. Oh, here, Mabel, have a taste of this chocky. It's lovely.
I'm sorry, love. I'm a bit upset.
Was there something I said?
Must be.
Mabel?
And so, in conclusion, I'd like to say, Ray, you may not be much of a singing vegetable, but you're going to make a great husband.
That's very good, Paul, very good.
Well, I kind of put it all together myself. Oh, do you think anything needs changed?
Well, I have made a few notes.
Oh, fine. Well, that's, fine.
Right. Okay, first paragraph. Bit long-winded, I think.
Right, yeah, I'm going to change it around a bit and maybe shorten it a
Just a
little.
simple, hi.
Hi, yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Now, the story about the spaghetti bolognese, I think I might embarrass his mother.
Ah, yes, but you see, that leads right on very neatly to the bit about the nun and the fish cakes.
Cut the fish cakes, keep the nun. Third bit, yeah, you see, I don't think Ray knows anyone called Trixie.
Oh, no, I sort of made that bit up myself. And,
Knows it. Fourth, yeah, at the end, you see, people have fall asleep.
Bye.
Yeah, good. Now, what have we got?
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Nun.
Mm-hmm.
Spangly tights, bye.
Good. Oh, there's the phone.
Right.
I'm sure with a bit of work, it'll be splendiferous.
Thanks, right.
Okay.
Lose the spangly tights.
You've been very kind, Mr. Buchanan.
Oh, not at all, Mabel. Do you know what? I can't believe Max has got a mum just like you, you know. Here, tell you what, I'll cheer you up. How's about we go into the studio, a nice jammy donut, and a fruity cocktail?
Oh, Mr. Buchanan!
Well, she seems to have gone anyway.
Well, I'm not surprised the way you've been treating her.
Well, I think it's about time to treat myself to a nice cup of tea.
Well, isn't that just typical of you, Max? Just pour yourself a cup of tea instead of worrying about your mother, hey?
Tea, anyone?
Juliet. No, spots. Don't care about spots. No, well, the wedding. Don't care about the wedding.
Oh, have you had a change of heart?
No, I have not, Max. I've been distracted with depression. Mrs. Trigg, my neighbour, just phoned Millie. That was my last hope. She's been looking for Luther all morning. She hasn't turned up.
Oh.
She's just completely disappeared.
Oh, no.
She's pining for her kittens, I know she is. I mean, what is a mother without her babies?
Be the phone.
Oh, come on.
Hello, Motormouth Studio, Max. Maud! Yeah, no, I think she's gone. Yeah, well, I've looked everywhere. Well, of course she's not there. It takes more than half an hour. Well, you know, she can never walk past the bingo hall. I mean, that we know.
Max.
No, the 73 doesn't go there. The
Max,
73
is that
goes
Mrs.
all the way
Trigg?
down there.
Is that Mrs.
Will you
Trigg,
be
Max?
quiet?
No, please
No,
tell
not
me.
you, Maud. Don't be
I'm
silly. I
expecting a
wouldn't
call from
speak to
Mrs.
you
Trigg,
like
my
that,
neighbour,
would I?
Max.
No,
It's about
Juliet, she's
Luther,
annoying
Max.
me.
Max, will you show some consideration? I've lost my cat.
Well, I have lost my mother!
With us this morning on Motormouth is Chris Blackwell. Welcome to Motormouth, Chris.
Thank you.
Now, Chris is a bit of a whiz kid on computers, and he first came to my attention by doing this sort of thing. Take a look at this. On you go, Chris. That's a sort of total recall headache for me, I think. So how did you actually do that?
This frame, first frame, was digitised from the TV.
So what does digitise mean?
I was taking one signal from TV or radio or whatever and
Okay,
putting
so
it
you pinched it
into
off the
a
telly,
language
yeah?
that the computer can understand.
Right, got you.
Yeah. And then this frame was just hand-drawn, and then the computer does all the in-between work.
So you just put those two frames up, and then you program the computer to join them up?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Now, you've got loads... Let's just have a look at that before we move on again. Let's have a look at my headache, my computer headache. That's great. Now, you've got loads of gear here. What sort of thing do you use it for?
Well, I produce comics for hospitals.
Yeah.
Because when children go into hospitals, it's going to be pretty scary for them. So we produce comics such as this. This is the Harry Project.
OK. Now, what does Harry stand for?
Harry stands for helping and responsibly reassuring youngsters.
OK, and let me just get this straight. The idea of this is that there's a comic lying around in hospital that kids can read when they go in, so it sort of takes the stress out for them when they see this character going through the same thing?
Yeah.
Great idea. OK, so what's Harry gone through in this little episode, then?
Well, this comic does the procedure for putting in and taking out a stitch in hospital.
Go on then, let's have a look.
So Harry is playing on the beach.
Yeah.
And he trips over and cuts his knee on some glass. So he gets taken to hospital. And he has the cut washed, and then they put a stitch in. Now, at this point, Harry can go back to the beach, have the rest of his holiday, but he's got to take care of the stitch. And then a few days later, he can go back to the hospital, and the doctors can decide whether or not the stitch can be taken out. And if it's healed properly, then they can take it out there and then.
That's brilliant. So if I was in hospital for the same reason as Harry is there, I'd be able to read that, and I'd be able to see, well, it's not that bad after all, because Harry's gone through it, and he's pulled through.
Yeah.
Now, I notice you've had this printed out of the computer. Why don't you just do it straight onto paper? Why does it go through the computer?
Most hospitals will have a computer, and if they have, we can supply Harry on a disc, which means they can either print it out or have it on the screen in full colour.
Great idea. Well, we've got a clip of Harry on a video here, and this is one of his adventures where he has an accident. Have a look at this. Brilliant. That's a fabulous idea. Now, Chris, you've been busy this morning, haven't you? What have you been up to here?
I've been doing an animation that introduces you to Harry.
OK, let's have a look what happens then.
Well, I take a picture of you with this still video camera and progressively take away the background, leaving just the white frame. And then I introduce Harry as the cartoon character.
And there he is. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, it's sort of Roger Rabbit, really, with Neil Buchanan, isn't it? So are you going to take computers up as a hobby, then, or is it going to be a career, or...?
Well, I'm definitely going to do something within cartoons, but I don't know exactly what yet.
OK, well, good luck, and thanks very much for coming down to Motormouth today. And someone who's actually pursuing his career on the roof this morning, don't know what he's up to, is Andy. You there, Andy?
Yeah, we're back up on the roof of our TVS studios here in Maidstone, and believe me, it looks a lot higher from up here looking down than it does from down there looking up. With us, Terry Forrestal, TV and film stuntman again. You're going to jump off here in a minute.
I'm afraid so, yeah.
How high is it, do you think?
I would say about 65, 70 feet top whack.
And in terms of stunt work, is that a big one, a little one, small potatoes?
It's certainly not small, but it's not a real high one. It's a medium one, really, medium.
What preparations have you made to make sure that you don't end up splattered all over the deck?
Well, myself and my colleague, Paul, we've just rigged... It's a fairly simple rig. It's a one layer of cardboard boxes as a stopper with what we call the small airbag, which inflates to about that height. So I've got a safety margin of about 4'6", something.
Why the boxes as well?
Because the small airbag isn't really high enough for this, isn't big enough for this height.
Really?
It's safety-wise, it's meant to cover about 40, 50 feet maximum. And I'm quite a big fellow, so...
Fingers crossed, then. It's windy as well up here. Is that gonna bother you as you go down?
Yes, it is a problem. It's not so much a problem when I'm actually travelling, because it couldn't shift me, but if, as I take off on 1 foot, and if a gust sprung up then and pitched me sideways, obviously I'd be in very serious trouble, you know. So you have to wait till there's a lull in the wind before I can actually do the takeoff.
Why do you do it?
Well, somebody's got to, don't they?
Well, I suppose that's what we're looking at, and indeed you do. So I tell you what, I'll be really big. I'll hold your coat. All right, it's good of me, that, isn't it? You know, I'm that kind of chap, really. OK, then. Well, off you go, then.
I do enjoy it.
Let's, yeah, fine. Well, come on, then. All right.
OK, Andy.
I think he's fine. You want to see that again? Well, through technology, we can actually show you again in slow motion, I think. Can we? Yeah, we can. Hang on, here it comes. Incredible, look at that. Superb. Quite amazing, I'm sure you'll agree, eh, Neil? Right, my turn now. Except it's the stairs for me.
Don't do it, Andy. Whatever you do, don't do it. Brilliant stunts there. Highly trained stuntman. Needless to say, don't go trying that at home. Right, we've got a very important guest on Motormouth this morning. You know Max backstage? Well, this is his mum, Mabel. We're on this camera here, Mabel. Oh. And because it's Mum's Day tomorrow, everywhere, we thought we'd let Mabel have her say. So there's your camera this time. You can have a little say in there, Mabel.
I would just like to say that it's a great honour to be on this programme, and I'm very proud of my son.
Oh, absolutely brilliant! Your mum's just spoken in front of millions and millions of people. It's a disaster. I can never show my face in the Liberal Club again.
Now, don't be...
She looked like a dinner lady.
She did... Now, just a minute. My Auntie Nellie used to be...
You can have a long line of dinner people.
Yes. Can I just say, I thought you were absolutely marvellous, Mabel, didn't we? Max!
She's here. Max, she's here.
Yeah, I know. She's been on the telly.
No, Luther. She's followed me to the studio. She's found me. Listen, she's on the roof. I need help getting her down.
Well, don't know. Very good looking.
Chompy's good with cats. Go on.
I'm not good with cats, Mum. I'm not good. You know, I got a
Show
smash
us
my hands
your
on
Chompy, please.
All right, just don't call me Chompy.
Quick. Be careful, Chompy.
Paul, Pullman, you're right, man. Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Steve, yes, I'm just practicing my stunts, that's all.
Good, that's good. Yeah, that stuntman's here.
I've been working with Terry all day, yeah.
Oh, he's good, he is, isn't he? Yeah, liking you.
Would you like to try something?
Well, what can I do? I'm not very good at all this.
Obviously, for a beginner, you have to start out small, you know? Maybe just throw a punch?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what is it?
Just relax your arm, right?
Yeah.
Make a fist, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna punch me right there. Just relax, I'll do all the work, okay? You're a bit nervous, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now, come on, I want you to get into the feel of it really, really hard and make it look real, and I'll do all the work.
Hey, that's good acting as well, man. Getting really good at this.
Max, be careful, please. Please be careful.
I'm being careful.
Oh, mind that piece of guttering. It's loose.
What piece of guttering?
That piece there. Just there.
Oh,
You got her.
I've got a tail.
Oh, don't pull her tail. She hates that. She hates that. Oh, Max. Oh, are you all right? Are you all right?
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Oh, you, my baby, Luther. Max, are you okay?
Yes.
Oh, stop. Yes.
Mummy, I fell down!
Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat? I hear you all cry. In fact, I got this here hat from this here man, Barry Colenso from Thornton's. I think I'd better ask you to take it off. Because, in fact, this hat is made out of solid chocolate, and it weighs about 5 pounds. Oh, my head. But, Barry, why a hat out of chocolate?
It's one of many things that we've been commissioned to do in the past for various functions or promotions.
But you couldn't actually wear that. I mean, if you wanted to wear that at Ascot and the sun was shining...
If the sun was shining, I wouldn't recommend it, no. Definitely not.
Marks all down your face.
That's right.
Now, I presume it begins life like this.
Yeah.
Look at this slab of chocolate. If I lift it up, you can just see the size of it. Look at that. And in fact, over there, Amanda's busy mixing away the chocolate, melting it there, because you can't quite do that size of chocolate in a saucepan at home, can you?
Not really, no.
Right, Barry, we're going to look at some other things that you've done as well, and they're absolutely beautiful. First of all, the BAFTA, to commemorate last week's BAFTA Awards. There, can you see that one? Absolutely beautiful. That solid chocolate there. And then, if I can put that back carefully, I'm terrified I'm going to, break one of these. I'll put it down like that so it doesn't slip. Then here we've got an 18-inch, or nearly half a metre, of an Easter egg. If I put my hand next to it, you can see the size of that Easter egg. Big chicken laid that one, eh?
Very big.
And then over here, something that's beautiful. It looks like chocolate suspended in midair, and it's lattice work, and it's absolutely beautiful. But I do know the secret to that. It's, in fact, over here we can see the secret. Now, is this how you do all sorts of things like this? You balance them on balloons?
Well, this is one of the techniques that we use. Certainly for the heart, we've actually piped the chocolate over a balloon and then let the chocolate set.
Right, now that's what I was going to say. So you pipe it directly onto the balloon,
Yep.
and you wait for it to go hard, and then...
Well, then you've got to burst the balloon. You've got to get the balloon out.
All right, well, can I try and do some of the chocolate first, and then we'll burst a balloon?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. Right. I am certainly not an expert, but what do I do?
Well, I'll hold the balloon and turn it, and you've got to make small circles onto the balloon. Oh,
it's coming out the...
You need to hold the top of the bag.
It's coming out either end? I'll leave it to the experts.
I think so.
Amanda, I seem to have lost it at the top as well. Shall I just get on with the popping then, Barry?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Right, where have we got... Oh, there we go. This one?
Yeah. Don't jump. That's it.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, Barry, that is quite wonderful.
So then you need
Can
to
you
get
eat
them.
it?
Oh, yes, you can eat that. Yeah, it's all edible.
Can I keep it?
Be my guest.
Thank you very much. Oh, look at that, eh? There is actually some other wonderful things that you've done. We've got a couple of pictures. First up, just have a look at this picture of a rhino. Now, the one on the left is the real rhino, and the one on the right?
That's right. That's actually a black rhino which was born in London Zoo, and we, for a competition, we made a life-size chocolate one.
How big was that?
That was about 120 kilos of chocolate.
Ooh. Did the rhino eat it?
Well, as you can see, it's actually, I think the rhino was a bit of a chocoholic. He did have a nibble at it. Yeah.
And the next picture is a lovely picture of a Christmas tree. Now, this was 8 foot tall. Now, there's some funny story behind this as well, isn't there?
Well, yeah, this was actually for children in need in Belfast last Christmas, and by the time we'd finished it, it actually was 8 feet. And when we came to put it on the lorry to send it to Belfast, we actually couldn't get it onto the lorry. So we had a choice of either chop 18 inches off the top or lay it down flat and send it flat. So we sent it flat.
And they got it?
It got there, no problem. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. That's not just things like this. You can actually do things at home, can't you?
Yeah.
If we move this all to one side. Right, these cupcakes.
Oh, well, these are a very small thing that you could do at home, simply by melting some chocolate over some warm water.
Right, that's keep it in warm water. You don't have to keep it on the flame, do you? It's just warm water under chocolate.
Just warm water, yeah. And then when all your chocolate's melted, simply taking the paper cups, which you can buy in most shops, and we just brush a little bit of chocolate into the cups.
Right. Oh, it smells wonderful. Putting on pounds just by smelling this. And in fact, there we are. So you just paste it in, and then you leave it in the fridge overnight, yeah?
Yeah, leave it to set.
I'll just put that one down. I can't wait to dip my finger in there. And they come out like these ones here, if I lift one up. And if you show us, you just peel back the paper, don't you?
Just peel back the paper. And then you've got a nice
so
little
simple.
chocolate cup, yeah. And you can fill it with some little mini chocolate Easter eggs.
Great for Mother's Day and also for Easter, isn't it?
Fine, yeah.
Right, if you have been drooling at the mouth looking at all this chocolate, we have a wonderful competition for you. You can win, we've got 2 runners-up prizes of those beautiful Easter eggs that you saw at the top. And you can also win a day at Thornton's Chocolate with this gentleman. You get to see how it's all made, and also you get to eat tons and tons of it. No, and Neil is not allowed to go. Right, now it's a 3-part question. Bit tricky, this. Barry, the first part of the question.
The first part is what sticky medium have we been using this morning to make all these things?
What have we been using to make this model? Also, what's Neil Buchanan's favourite sweet? And what's the missing word in this sentence? Willy Wonka factory. If you know those 3 answers, send it to Chucky Chomp Comp, Motormouth, PO Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Chucky Chomp Comp, Motormouth, PO Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Barry and Amanda, thank you very much, and I'm going to pop this balloon. Thank you.
There you go, Mum, there's your tea.
I'd love have a piece of cake.
Oh, yes. Look, I'd just like to say, I'm sorry.
So you don't think I've made the best of myself, do you?
Oh, no, I mean, when I said you don't make, I really meant that I would...
Oh, it's all right, love.
No.
I know you well enough by now. In spite of everything, I still love you.
Thanks.
Well, somebody has to.
Pardon?
What's all this about you not going to the wedding?
Oh, no, I'm not going.
Well, I think you must, love. She's going to be very upset if you don't go. I mean, the girl's very fond of you.
Is she?
I'm sure she is. I can see it.
Thanks.
Hello, love. Have a piece of cake.
Oh, no thanks, neighbour. I've got my hands full.
Juliet, may I present to you, please, my mother?
Oh, you may. Mrs. Church, I'm delighted to meet you.
Hello.
Well done, Max. And can I say, it's about time. Do you know, Juliet, I've had a right time with him. This morning, he wouldn't even admit this lovely, lovely woman was his mother.
Why, Max?
Now, can you imagine?
Shots off the roof like that. Oh, guys, Terry's on the way out.
Bye, buddy. Bye, Terry. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Who's that?
It's Terry. He's a crashing bore.
Well, Terry, listen, if I ever do manage to get a job as a stuntman, I'm going to owe it all to you.
Oh, don't mention it, please. To anyone.
Oh. See ya.
Mabel, I don't mean to be rude, but really you're not in the least what we expected.
Oh. No, not after all the tall stories Max has told us.
No, he was putting his vivid imagination to good use.
Yes, what you mean is he's a liar.
Well, yes. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's somebody who isn't true to their roots. No. But as my old mother used to say, she was doling out the tatty ash. There's nowt as queer as folk, eh?
Your mother sounds a very sensible woman.
Oh, she is. She's salt of the earth. Salt of the earth, she is.
Come with me, Millie?
Yeah?
There's somebody here to see you,
Millicent, darling.
Mother!
Hey, Steve, let's see this great film you made, then.
No, you don't want to see it. No.
Oh, no, please, you want to see it?
No, you see, no, I just don't want to.
Why not?
Well, because, you see, the director gave me was a right idiot, right? I think he only got the job because he said he spoke French.
Well, did he?
I don't know, I don't speak French. I don't understand. He could be talking anything, really.
Right, so you don't want us, you don't want the millions of fans or anybody to see your film?
No!
Great. Cue the film.
Oh, I hate you for this. Bonjour, ça va? It is moi, Steve Johnson, here in northern France. Motormouth, foreign correspondent. Let me tell you now, Motormouth is not a big programme in France, but I, as the little birds have been telling you, am a huge star. So, I thought I'd do a few photos. A cameraman, Jean-Marc. Photo for you? Oh, well, please yourself. The million-franc question is, pourquoi? Why? Why am I here? Well, Andy might go to one of those nice little science museums. I'm going to do a sport that is so dangerous, they won't even let you do it in England. In fact, it's the most stupidest thing I've ever done in my whole life. Mind you, I'm that kind of guy. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to leap off that with an elastic band attached round my ankles. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Not exactly.
Well, what happened?
Well, that foolish director said, right, I should just go on to the top of it, pretend I'm going to jump, and he'll substitute it with a stuntman.
So what did you say?
Well, I said, well, what do you mean? It's 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'm in Normandy, France. I'm 200 feet up in the air. Where are you going to find a stuntman?
So what did he say to that?
He said, you're right, Steve. You'll have to do the jump.
Well, did he? Let's find out.
I've got my harness. They've weighed me. I've signed my life away. Time to get going.
Steve, it's all pretty easy.
Yeah.
What we want you to do is just relax for a start.
Thank you.
I'm going to tie you up nice and securely.
Right.
With a nice bath towel here.
Is this dangerous?
Well, it is dangerous if you do it with the wrong people, but lucky enough today you do it with the right people.
Have you had any accidents?
No, not this week. It's been pretty good.
It's Sunday. It's absolutely freezing up here, isn't it? Soaking wet. How high are we?
How are we?
Yeah.
We're 200 feet above the ground here. It's about 61 meters.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. So how long will it take me to fall down?
Fall down, the free fall is probably about 2 seconds, and then the bungee comes on, starts slowing you down. You probably stop about, a meter and a half off the water.
Oh, no.
Steve, trust me, it's beautiful.
Oh, lad, I've got to tell you, like, you know, when you said 68 kilos, well, actually, I'm 89 kilos. You're a bit out.
You're actually 89 kilos?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, Steve, I'm glad you told me that because you won't be getting so wet now.
That's a vital piece of information. Thanks for telling us that. We'll change the setting on that.
We'll change it now.
Cheers, man. Oh, before we get going, look, I'm quite famous, you know. Do you want the autograph?
No, thanks.
Right, thank you. finish you now. Yeah, mate. Take that out, thanks. Jeez, you keep Steve Johnson, I'm sorry. But I don't think I've ever been so frightened in a life. You just wait, you're just going, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, can I go now? See you later. I've done it. Now it's your turn.
I love it to test you sometimes, but that's actually pretty impressive.
My legs went just watching it.
Who were those terrible hangers-on at
I know, they just followed me around, I can tell you.
Loitering with intent.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah, only Steve Johnson would do it in a lime green suit.
Mad enough.
Hey, listen, it's a fairly tear-jerking occasion next week. It's the last Motormouth in the current series, and more than likely ever. We didn't even set that bit up. So do join us. Right Said Fred are providing the music, and fantastic Frank Sidebottom does his fantastic show.
Yeah, Terry Nuckins will be with us, and he's leaving the best to the last. He's going to cover the Motormouth studio floor with snakes.
And see what happened when I went behind the scenes with a brand new drama adventure called Wilderness Edge, and I went over a cliff face, but nothing quite like that.
And we're off to Alton Towers now to have a look at a couple of new rides up there, which we'll be showing you next week.
You've got to be there next Saturday morning, live at 9:25. This is Indecent Obsession, and this is Kiss Me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.